This man is a top legendary locksmith. He spent his whole life building 4 safes that shocked the world because no creature on the earth can open it. They are Rhine's Gold, Valkyrie, and Siegfried, and the dusk of the most mysterious gods. The locksmith is lonely because of the peak craftsmanship. Then he locked himself in the dusk of the gods, and sank into the sea. The first 3 have been used by banks for 100 years. 100 years later, a boy named David. He was obsessed with unlocking when he was young. When he was 10 years old, there was no lock he couldn't open. Of course, except for the 4 legendary artifacts. His dream is to find them and break them one by one. One day, he suddenly received an invitation email. The email said that the other party was holding a lock opening competition, and the name of the game and the evening of the gods. David was very excited. He came to the venue. A man took him to the arena. 8 safes in 8 positions on the field. David has just arrived. He doesn't understand the current situation, but the next second, the referee announced the start of the game. Several lock release masters. They all started. Only David was still a little bit confused. Finally, David decided to join the competition. David just squatted down. The man beside him has already opened. Next second, another person successfully unlocked. The 3rd person also successfully opened. Then David opened his own safe. Next, top 4 start the semifinals. They will face more high-end safes this time. Everyone is listening carefully to the internal voice. They looked very professional. Only David seems flustered. Suddenly the man smiled with confidence. He opened the safe directly. He was the first again. David has also entered the state. He got the 2nd place. Then it's the final between 2 people. The final lock belongs to the bank specification. It is very difficult. The referee also announced that if no one opened it, they would be tied. The man take the lead. He was embarrassed for the first time with his confident expression. He put the stethoscope on for the first time. David just put his palm on the safe. He already knows the complex internal structure. David wasn't in a hurry. He only had 30 seconds to lean up. Next, his hand turned slightly. The first lock is opened. Next is the 2nd, 3rd way. Although he didn't understand what the competition is, but David was happy to win. Now he looks out. A cold and arrogant woman caught his attention. Now David doesn't know yet. This woman will let him see those legendary safes. Amy stole a big gold watch when she was 6. She stole a car when she was 14. At 17, she robbed the bank alone. Until today, she saw David. Amy found David in the restaurant and kindly invited him to join her team. To show her strength, she stole a woman's wedding ring from this restaurant, a man's gold watch, and a gun in an old man's bag. David was unwilling to agree at first, but Amy said their goals are those legendary safes. As soon as David heard, his eyes were glowing. He couldn't resist the temptation and agreed to her. He followed Amy, arrived at the crime stronghold. Amy also introduced the team of this action. Hacker Karina, no system she can't hack into. Rolf, the god of flying cars, no one can overtake him at the speed. And Brad Cage, a fighter master. He once killed 72 strong men with his bare hands. So a team of 5 people is formed. Their first goal is the largest bank in the region, and the safe that the bank is using is one of the 4 magic tools. Rhine's Gold first. After they let David into the bank bathroom, Amy used to steal the key from the security guard. Then she told the banker. She booked a safe, followed by the hacker Karina, attract the attention of lobby staff. Now Amy is meeting David. They used the stolen security key together. Enter the underground vault. David finally saw this legendary safe. Rhine's Gold has 3 mechanisms. There is a possibility of 420 million passwords. When David touched it, hands are shaking. Finally, he put his ear up. Twist his hands slowly. The mechanism gear inside also changed slightly. The first lock is finally opened. Then he started driving the 2nd. He could hear any small crash in the safe. And then the 3rd. He got up and turned slowly. The fine gears inside the safe also rotate accordingly. He successfully opened the door of the safe. They started putting money in their bags. Then Brad Cage appeared in the last play. David and Amy took the opportunity to carry their bags out. Finally, Rolf drives away. The FBI still doesn't believe it. Although Rhinesgold is the simplest of the four gods, but no one ever cracked it. And the other side, they've got another big bank. The safe in the bank is one of the four. This time, hacker hacked into the system from outside. David and Amy went to the underground vault. The full picture of the safe appeared in front of them. There are 5 billion possible combinations of female martial gods. David sticks on it and listens. He just made a mistake. The password mechanism will all spring back. As the internal gear rotates, the password wheel appears again. Now they just have to make one more mistake. The contents inside will be completely destroyed, and outside, in order that David will not be found. Brad Cage robbed the bank. He was trying to attract the attention of the FBI. David is very serious about starting again. Well, with the first lock open, the second gear pops out. Then the third channel was cracked by him. Then David starts to turn the largest locking disc on the outside. After stopping, he opened the door of the safe. And then they started to run away. They also ran towards the car. Amy goes up first, but when David arrived, the man suddenly stopped. After hesitating for a while, he actually released his hand. David can only start running. He happened to meet a train. He used all his strength to climb up. Amy was not satisfied with their approach and left the team. The hacker also decided to join Amy. The team is officially disbanded. Soon they found David again. They're going to crack the third artifact, Siegfried. Siegfried is now used by a casino. The FBI also knows their purpose. 5 a.m. the next day, they're at the casino, but the staff said they received the relevant notice, said the safe had been transported away for more than an hour. The FBI was confused. What's the matter? It turns out that hackers pretended 8 hours ago. They pretended to be international FBI. Tell them to move the safe. Lisa was hiding in the van. She grabbed the pistol directly. Finally, 2 men were fascinated by her at the roadside, and David saw the sage behind him. But on the other side, hacker has some problems. Several people were betrayed by Brad Cage. Hacker caught by FBI. David has lived up to expectations. He managed to open the safe. They are extremely excited, but they suddenly thought of another thing at the same time. That's the last artifact, the Dusk of the Gods. No one knows where it is, but facing the wealth in the safe. They still laughed. They just got off the car, but there was a pistol. The man was waiting for them. He shot straight at David, but the pistol is empty. The pistol was replaced by Amy.
Esta sí sirve.
He locked them behind the pickup truck. They were going to take a boat to find the Dusk of the Gods, but suddenly the FBI came out from behind. Amy is not afraid to take out her gun directly. She let David go, and she will go back with FBI. FBI agreed, because compared with Amy, David is just a nobody. But David didn't want to leave. Amy said let David find the gods in her place at dusk. That's her wish in her life. David also knows there's no point in him not leaving. Finally, he took Amy's wish left here. So far, the team has been arrested except for David. After a long time, a coastal chain store, 2 people holding a treasure map. They found David, and that picture is the Dusk of the Gods. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this on Recap Next.